Thank you so much for joining us on this set, and today we are privileged to have with us Katalang, whom we are going to discuss with him a few issues rising from politics and so many other issues rising, and how he's been doing socially. We know him as an artist, and we also know him as a politician. So we are here with him, ndani ya Mzuka Kibao TV. As usual, I'm your host, Masio Gweno. Consider subscribing if you're new here, and if you are returning, thanks for staying with us always. So without so much further ado, allow me welcome the gentleman on set with us today. Hello.
Hello, Masi. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Your Kizungu is killing somebody.
No, yeah.
Somebody told me that the guy you are about to host speaks so nicely. I just like how his Kizungu flows nicely.
No, I thank God. Some of us went to group of schools.
I see. Good to have you on set.
Thank you so much.
So for those who do not know you, for those who are just seeing you for the first time, please take the opportunity and just make them know you.
Okay, I am MC Katalang, the influencer. Just like you said it, I'm a politician, I'm an artist, I'm a young businessman. Sure.
I sweat when I hear those so many titles. Anyway, guys, that's the guy we are having on set, and we are having him here for one particular reason. If you are a social media person, you might have seen things trending online, most recently concerning the Nairobi governor, His Excellency Johnson Sakaja. He's been accused of one Maverick Aoko as being gay. Yes, that's the T. So we all know Maverick Aoko as a very outspoken person, and when she gets the tea, she spills it without fear or favor. So recently, she made an expose accusing Governor Sakaja of being gay, and linked him with MC Gogo. This is the tea. And this news hasn't been received well from so many who are accusing Aoko of always putting her eye or setting her eyes on government and government officials. And people are wondering, why them? We have so many people in Kenya. We have so many people who have titles. Why are they not being attacked? But today, this one has touched a fellow politician, Katalang, or His Excellency Jacob Otieno. Who wants to have a word on this. Sir, you are welcome to give your thoughts and opinion. If you know Maverick Aoko with style on social media, be it X, be it Facebook, she's been a lady who is outspoken, also in concerning her personal life. What do you say about her recent one touching the life of Governor Johnson Sakaja?
I think to begin with, Governor Johnson Sakaja is a hardworking governor of Nairobi, and he's doing a very commendable job. I would say that Nairobi is not where it used to be. But then again, the Sexual Offences Act does not permit me to talk about Governor Sakaja's sexuality. I think Maverick Aoko went off her way to, attach such allegations to Governor Sakaja. If anything, we're not interested to know what Governor Sakaja does with his private life. We are more interested in building Nairobi, making Nairobi a bigger city in the sun, a cleaner city, and of course, a city that we all want to live in. Sure.
So Sakaja isn't the first person he's attacking or bringing their sexual life to the limelight. I mean, why is this one interesting?
There's nothing special about being gay. After all, I know there are so many gay people out there secretly doing it. But then why does she single out Sakaja? Because, when she says Sakaja has done it, we have so many people eyeing the governorship position in Nairobi. One of them could have, sponsored Aoko to go and say such things about Sakaja. So I would take it as a political, a political attack.
Do you say that there's a motive behind everything?
Definitely, there's a motive behind it. What more do you expect of somebody who wakes up from the comfort of their house?
Someone who speaks her mind.
But then we also know Sakaja as somebody who is building Nairobi, and Sakaja wants a second term. Anything that can give Sakaja a one term, governor of Nairobi,
how will this
it would really entice in any opponent out there.
Come again?
I mean, Aoko is somebody's, how do I call it? She's somebody's tool for hire. That is what Maverick Aoko is. Before I even call her, I would have wished to call her a mental case, because somebody like Aoko is somebody she's a narcissist. She wants us to get all the attention given to her, but she doesn't really realize that she's hurting a lot of people. Governor Sakaja has a family, he has children, he has people who look up to him, and it is non-political for him to live his own private life. Being a governor does mean that you have to deprive him of his rights to live a private life. So Aoko is actually doing what you call a lot of harm.
Can we just say Aoko loves people's private life, and maybe that's her way of...
You see, when my right surpasses your own rights, then I cease to be human. I don't consider you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm talking about? Aoko shouldn't be telling us who Sakaja is. It should come in form of an accusation, in form of an allegation of some particular crime done somewhere. Then we'll know that because of this and that, this is how we ended up knowing Governor Sakaja is what. And that will take the law to tell us now, this is the sexual orientation of Governor Sakaja. After all, what does Sakaja's sexual orientation go to do with building Nairobi? Could
we say Aoko could be bitter or something?
Definitely she's bitter. Look at the recent one where she mentioned Dr. Raymond Omollo.
Okay. She's always having tea. I mean, people are just putting things out.
On one end, she accuses PS Dr. Raymond Omollo of certain atrocities. But on the other end, she says, alinyimwa kazi. This is somebody who is speaking from both mouths. I understand she has two mouths, definitely the upper one and the lower one, just like I said it. But then now look at it in this way. Umenyimwa job. You know the job such as that of a PS for interior. It is a very sensitive docket. We all know who Aoko is. Aoko doesn't have a name. When you attach Aoko to the office of the interior PS, you know what that means.
Okay.
You're giving that office what you call an unethical backing.
So she lacks ethics?
Definitely she lacks ethics. If she would vie for any seat, be it MCA or anything in this country, she wouldn't go beyond chapter 6.
Can we say people just hate the truth?
What do you mean by the truth?
I mean, why is these people not complaining about her?
The truth is only the truth. The truth is only the truth when you are acting in the sense of being a social auditor. There's what called social auditing.
Okay.
You get my point? But there are ways within the law with which you can do it. You don't come telling us who is dating who is sleeping with who. That is another issue for us. Tell us that the budget allocation for Migori Stadium, for example, the one that Ruto gave us 700 million, perhaps only 200 million was used. And what probably the governor, probably the national government gave us was a raw deal. Now you're doing a good social audit. But when you tell us who is sleeping with who, how does it affect matters of national building?
You mentioned two mouths. I'm wondering, you mean the upper lip and the lower lip? Or you mean what mouth?
Aoko is somebody who has trained herself to use sexual scandals. You understand?
Okay.
To attack people she perceives to be political enemies or people who are sleeping on the other side of politics. You understand?
Okay.
But then sometimes it's not Aoko. There's something I would like to... Why is it that the attacks on PS Dr. Raymond Omollo are coming at the same time when there's a lot of pressure to get PS out of the system? We know there are people who are probably using Aoko.
We'll tackle that later maybe.
It's okay. Maybe we'll get to that.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to get to your head probably is that Aoko sometimes becomes a nuisance. That is the correct word to use.
Maybe she's just in love with the people who are in government, and when you are in love with somebody, you find it easy and nice talking about them. So talking about government and government officials has been her interest. Like I said, most of people she attacks or she exposes are people in government. What do you think are taste with government people or government officials?
I don't know whether Aoko finds passion in going to bed with government or government officials. But then again, look at it this way. How far has she gone? What has she made as Aoko? Perhaps comparing her to somebody like Pauline Njoroge. Okay. You see, Pauline has been an influencer or a blogger of government for quite some time. And she's doing it so diligently. Without involving a lot of drama and a lot of, rhetorics. But look at Aoko's side. She's always using sex to pin down political opponents or people she believes she doesn't do what? Subscribe to. That is not the right way to go.
How should
we can always have our political differences, but then you don't go out there getting to expose each and everyone or believing you can expose everyone in the system.
Do you think this has been beneficial, or how is this tarnishing her name? Because when I checked in the comments section, especially from your page, there's a post you made in regards to a previous post of the exposure, and I came across a comment, people saying that sex no longer appeals, sex scandals no longer appeals.
Yeah, sure.
But we still find people going and reacting on this very statement, which is a sex scandal.
That is why I said anyone out there still following Maverick Aoko is a retard the same way Maverick is. Because there's no way you're going to tell us that we are going to stop to concentrate on matters of national importance and focus on sexual scandals or sex scandals.
Okay.
Yes.
I just have a question for you on this one. How do you think she's getting all this information? I mean, number one thing, first, she's a woman.
Okay, I know, I understand.
Yeah. So how do you think she's getting all this information?
You see, I'm not a woman, and not at any given point have I been in a situation where Aoko is with the people she claims she's always with. I don't share her, her class of people, because I don't worship from that particular clique of people. But then again, look at it this way. Kenya is built in such a way that anything that pops up, there has to be indicators that are backing that popping up. Could be Aoko is working for a clique of people who want her to do some dirty job, so that in turn what happens?
Of course, money.
Damaging, careers down, politics down, or perhaps just to extort money from people who she thinks might tell her, pull down that story nikupeleka chai kidogo. So if that is her line of earning a living, fine. Somebody would go that direction, but look at her as a patriotic Kenyan. Would you find her patriotic enough?
It depends what you
Some are saying that she's a people's, opposition. Yes, you're a people's opposition, but what are you doing inside people's pants? What are you doing inside people's bedrooms?
Lang, let's get this. I mean, why are people also exposing their bedroom issues in the limelight where any other person can access?
Allegedly, Aoko claims she has slept with men who have not yet told you that they slept with Aoko. So who is the mad woman?
These men
who is the mad woman?
These men too have not come out and clear the air.
They did not to come out and clear the air. These are non-issues to them. These are people who are government officers. We pay them our taxes to run this nation, to run the docket, different departments of this nation.
Okay, so if you were to find Aoko one-on-one,
yes,
what would you tell her?
I think I would first of all register Aoko to the nearest rehab. She's losing it, number one. And number two, whatever she's doing has lost fashion. She needs to find something better to do with her life, other than just going out on social media to expose people for no apparent reason. There are so many ways you can hold government, officials accountable, ministers, CSS, PSS, and even governors. And of course, we have MPs who are managing other dockets like CDF. There are so many ways of social accountability. There are so many ways of bringing people to get to know that, of course, kuna pesa ilikuwa hapa, mbona pia pesa hatuoni imepotea. Kuna budget ilifanywa. Our budget preferences was this. Why are we getting something that we did not ask as a nation? Part of it is done during public participation. Part of it is done in the public gallery. You can go to the public gallery in parliament and ask them why they are not trying to do it. Propose certain bill or certain amendments. You understand? So as a person, as a journalist who's going to school, somebody with the caliber of Aoko, you shouldn't be parading the nudity of the entire nation just because you want to feel special to Kenyans.
Okay, you previously mentioned an issue with the Raymond Omollo, of which I think she also made something on that. About just another sex scandal.
I understand the issue.
Yeah, why would she do that? Like you say, most of posting or exposures have maybe some motives behind them. Why would she want to attack Omollo? P.S. Raymond.
I want to answer you as a politician first.
Okay.
If you look at what we used to have previously was the Kenya Kwanza government.
Yeah.
And then later on, after the Gen Z ripple effect, now we are having what we call a broad-based government. Okay. This broad-based government was actually made. It was tailor-made.
Okay.
And one of the tailors of the broad-based government is Dr. Raymond Omollo. That is why after everybody exited government in the previous KK government, he remained in the system. Why? It means he's an asset to government. Okay. Number two, he's a diligent worker. He works so hard. That is why he's irreplaceable. The trick is you work so hard, you become irreplaceable because we know you by the kind of work that you're doing for Kenyans. And Kenyans right now are actually elated by the fact that Dr. Raymond Omollo is coordinating all the national government dockets with precision. You understand?
I understand.
So the reason why I brought out the bit of Aoko not being considered to Dr. Raymond Omollo is because right now they are insiders, like I said the other time.
Yeah.
ODM is torn into two. Let me use them as an example. I didn't come here to accuse ODM, but assuming ODM is torn into two, there are those who follow Baba with a lot of keenness. There are those who are mark timing to replace Baba.
Yeah.
So some of these people feel that Dr. Raymond Omollo is gaining so much popularity that he might become the next kingpin for not only the Luo nation, but he might occupy Baba's what? Baba's shoes. You understand?
The shoes that have been always big.
Exactly. And no one would allow themselves to have Raymond Omollo get into those very, very shoes. So anybody within that cycle could use Maverick Aoko to taint the name of Dr. Raymond Omollo so that they find something to take him out for. Probably being unethical, probably not being, clean enough to hold public, office. So I would call Aoko, how do you call it? A tool for hire, just like I told you. Because right now a lot is happening, but there are a group of people who want Raymond Omollo out, and the way they want him out. You remember when Nani died? When Ongondowere died, they said, Raymond Omollo is part of it. Then what did Raymond do? He decided to shelve. He went aside, decided to be part of the investigation, like his job requires him to be.
Yeah.
You understand? He's currently doing investigation. Now, because now they're satisfied that investigations about Ongondowere's death is being done, they have now shifted the goalpost. They're now trying to use somebody else to tarnish the name of Dr. Raymond Omollo. And I am 80% sure Maverick Aoko could be able to time that so well.
Okay. I want us to finalize on this issue of Aoko and her thing.
Okay.
Maybe what she'll just say lastly from what she has said currently, and maybe what she's likely to say in future.
Now, mine to Aoko is this. Aoko, kindly, wherever you are, I know there are a section of Kenyans who find you appealing when you talk about your sex escapades, especially about, national leaders. Whatever you're looking for, I know probably you're looking for a job or something, but if you don't get it, everyone has an option B. You can always, pursue your option B, and people meet on the other side of life. We have regimes, they come and go. You could as well join the next regime and you still make a very good woman leader out of yourself. But for now, I think you're just another thorn in the flesh to your own generation.
In Kenya, we have our constitution's right giving us the freedom of speech. I'm not judging.
I'll cut you a bit on freedom of speech. Listen,
I thought I was
your freedom of speech does not allow you to go against the Sexual Offences Act. Okay. The freedom of speech does not allow you to go against the HIV, Control Act, where you are the one to tell people that I'm HIV positive. How is a journalist? She is not a doctor. And even if she was a doctor, you'd only be compelled by a judge before the bar. You understand?
Yeah.
When you're standing on the bar, the judge tells you now, you have to know your HIV status because if you have a complainant saying they were
infected by you.
Until then,
she said is going to be infected?
No, she talked about some senator being infected, trying to infect somebody else with the HIV. Now that again, what is her business with somebody's HIV status?
Prophetess telling you what's happening.
Now we don't need to know. You want to know my HIV status? We'll go and test.
But I think actually, personally, I don't want to blame her. I think maybe these people have been giving her leeway because people no longer care how they are being talked about. Because if somebody was interested, most of these people she's talked about or she has just exposed to their sexual life and all that.
Yes, please.
They should have come out and defended themselves or maybe put an end to this, but no one is coming out. So it's like these people are telling, let them talk about me in this way. Let them talk about me in this way. Make something for me. I want like people to talk about me. So politicians, you guys also are very funny. So me, I'm really not blaming Aoko. Maybe people are approaching. I want you to create a scandal for me.
Now,
If you have
how do you
stayed so
how do you how do you
Some
take
want
somebody like Atwoli? He's just a new father. The other day, mpata mtoto alafu wako anakuja na some nonsense on what's the paternity of the baby. Now you can imagine what kind of a person is that. You're just enjoying your time as a new father, and then somebody pops up with something.
Maybe
like
we
that.
can call it sharing depression.
That is being number one.
You share what is bothering you. If you mentioned a mental case.
No one needed such services. What I would say, it's a mental case. She's bitter for something we all don't know, but then again, she needs help. She can reach out
To you?
to me or to anyone else for help. I don't know.
Okay, that's it for Aoko's case. Let's let it rest.